Hey people, welcome back. And now today we are going to learn about how do we plot the control chart for the continuous data. So first we are going to start with the IMR chart. IMR chart stands for individual moving range chart. When individual data you are plotting over a control chart. And we wanted to see either the process remains in the statistical control or not, then we use the IMR chart. Say for example, any data you have, maybe suppose you have the production you have done and the production you are doing on the daily basis. Suppose you have last couple of days data, maybe let's say I'll say 30 days of the data you have. So here is the 30 data point I'm generating. So these are the number of days, which is 30. And now you have the production for 30 days, maybe random data I'm generating. Maybe the production is around 30 to 40 pieces or units per day you are producing, or the per day you are doing this transaction. Now you have the days 1 to 30 and you have the production or the transaction done for each of the day. And you wanted to check either this data remains in your statistical control or not. So individual data, whenever you are plotting over a control chart, we will be using the IMR chart. Let's say I just copy paste this data and put into the mini tab. Here is the mini tab and here is the values. What I will do next, I'll go to the stat, control charts for individual, and the first option you see the IMR chart. Click on this. Now you have the data which is in the production. You go to the IMR chart options, go to the test, and you select perform all the tests for the special cause. These tests explain if any data out of this goes outside the 3 standard deviation limit from the average value, then the rule number 1 fails. Rule number 2, you have continuously 9 data points on the same side of the center line. If 9 data points are less than the mean continuously or more than the mean or average value, then the rule number 2 will fail. Rule number 3, if you have 6 data points, either they are continuously increasing or they are decreasing continuously, then the rule number 3 will fail. Rule number 4, if you have 14 data points continuously, they are making up and down or zigzag. One point is going up and the other point is going down. Continuously it is happening, then the rule number 4 will fail. Rule number 5, if you have 2 data points out of 3 data point and they are outside the 2 standard deviation from the center line on the same side, then the rule number 5 will fail. Rule number 6, if you have the 4 data point out of 5 continuously, any 4 out of 5, and they are outside the 1 standard deviation from the center line means average line, then the rule number 6 will fail. Rule number 7, if you have continuously 15 data point and they are very close to the center line within the 1 standard deviation, the variability is very low, and then the rule number 7 will fail. And the opposite to that, the rule number 8, if you have 8 data point continuously and they are outside the 1 standard deviation of the center line, then the rule number 8 will fail. So these are the rule, and let's see how this control chart will look like. So I click on OK, and here is your control chart. So now I see, because if any of the rule will fail, automatically Minitab will highlight that point in the red color and the description of that will be given in the bottom. So as of now, there is no rule is failing. You see the center line, which is the average line here, is around 35.37. Basis on the standard deviation of the variation in the data point which is calculated, plus or minus 3 times of standard deviation is your upper and the lower control limit. So my lower control limit is 24.09 and the upper control limit is 46.65, right? So these are the plus or minus 3 standard deviation limit, lower and upper control limit. You want to see how any of the rule will fail? Let's say rule number 1 is failing. So any data point, if I'm putting outside the control limit, upper side or lower side, that will come. So my upper control limit is 46. Let me change the point number. Suppose this is your point number 6. Value is 40. And I'm checking this value from 40 to 50. So let's say here I go, point number 6 is 40 and I'm making it to 50. And now I rerun this control chart and you can easily see that the rule number 1 is failing here, is highlighted in the red color dot and one number is given here. The same variability we see in this, because this point versus this point, the difference is too high. So the rule number 1 is going outside the +3 standard deviation from the center line. The explanation of that is given here for this is for I chart and this is for the MR chart or moving range. So I chart 1 point more than 3 standard deviation from the center line, test failed at the point number 6. And you see, this is the point number 6. Similar way, R chart or range chart or moving range chart, 1 point more than 3 standard deviation from the center line and test failed again the point number 6. So these are the individual data which we have generated. These are the values. And the moving range is the difference of 1 point and the second point is the first point here. Difference of second and third is the second point here. Difference of third and fourth is the third point here. Like this. How? You see the first value here is 38 and the second value is 30. So 38 minus 30, the value is 8 and this is your 8 value. Now second and third, this value is 30 and this value is 39. So 39 minus 30, the value is 9, which is presented here. Now third value is 39 and the fourth value is also 39. So 39 minus 39, 0. And that's how this point is at the 0. So this is the way the range will be calculated. And this is how we plot the IMR chart. Maybe we can see any other rule. Let's say 2 out of 3 data point outside the 2 standard deviation. So if I draw the 2 standard deviation line and change this value, maybe this is 38. Let me make it to some different value. From 38, I am making it the 7th value as a, let's say, 47. Just, all right. And now I will edit it back and let me draw a 2 standard deviation line as well. So here I go to the options and the limits and I mark as in 2. So it will draw the 2 standard deviation line. And now we see rule number 1 was failing before. You have the 2 standard deviation line and here the rule number 5 which says 2 out of 3 data points are outside the 2 standard deviation line. Similar way, any of the condition in a control chart will fail. We can easily identify with the help of Minitab and the explanation will be given here. What rule is failing? That's about we plot IMR chart and we interpret the result. Thank you so much, pupil. I'll see you in the next session.